Hello everyone, this is Pravalika, Assistant Professor, Department of AML, Aditya University. In the today's lecture, we are going to discuss regarding agility and requirement engineering, in that current agile practices. So let us start with the today's session. At the end of this lecture, student will be able to explain about current agile practices as well as overview of requirement engineering using agile. So firstly, current agile practices in the requirement engineering. So let us see the current agile practices. First one, user stories. So user stories are nothing but the short, simple descriptions of a feature from the perspective of end user. So explaining the things from the customer point of view, or else explaining the descriptions, whatever he requires in his particular software. So the customer is explaining the things. So simply called as user story. Next one, product backlog. So what is meant by a product backlog? So the product backlog is a prioritized dynamic list of features, functionalities, enhancements and bug fixes needed for the project. So complete information which was prioritized for that particular product. So the backlog is a prioritized dynamic list of features, functionalities, enhancements and bug fixes needed for that particular project. It is often referred as a single source of truth for requirements. So simply stated as a single source of truth. So single source of truth in the sense, so everything relevant to that particular product will be shown in a single phase. So next one, key characteristics. So what were the key characteristics we are having is prioritized, dynamic, estimated and visible. So prioritized items are ordered based on the business value, risk and dependencies. So based on the prioritization, items will be ordered. So that indicates the business value, that indicates the risk as well as the dependency. Next one, dynamic. It is continuously refined, added to and reprioritized. So simply we are having the continuously refined ones. So refined ones in the sense the requirements what we are having will be continuously refined, as well as they will be reprioritized and as well as they will be added if any requirement is to be modified. Next one, estimated. So estimation. Each item has an estimated effort to implement. Based on their estimation, we are going to implement that particular items. Next one, visibility. Accessible to all the team members and stakeholders. So simply, we are just making sure that everything is transparent. It is visible to the team members as well as towards the stakeholders. So these were the characteristics in the product backlog. Next one, product backlog refinement. So simply called as grooming. So what happens in this grooming? So this is an ongoing activity where the product owner and development team collaborate to add details, estimates and order to the items in the product backlog. So what happens here? Simply the product owner as well as the development team are going to collaborate and they are going to add the details, add the estimates and as well as the order to the items in the product backlog. So simply they are going to add the complete specifications, they are going to add the estimations and as well as they are going to add the order towards the items. So ensuring the complete requirements in a proper way. So adding the details, adding the estimation, adding the order list. So it ensures the backlog is always ready for upcoming sprints. So making sure that the backlog is ready for upcoming sprint. So upcoming sprint in the sense, so completely making sure that the backlog is completely ready for upcoming schedules, nothing but the scrum. So next one, acceptance criteria. So these were the conditions that a software product must satisfy by the user. So acceptance criteria in the sense, so the customer is going to set some of the rules or else he is going to set some of the criteria for the developers team. So this is the way the product should be able to, or else this is the way the software needs to be there, or else this is the criteria that I am having, or else these are the requirements that I am having. So the developers who are working should meet this particular criteria which was set by the user. So then only we are going to have the acceptance from the user. So next point, these define the boundary of the user story and are used to verify when the story is done. So based on the user story, so if we are just meeting all the requirements based on the user story, then we can say it was accepted by the customer. So they are going to define the boundaries of user story as well as they are going to verify when the story is done. So once our work or else once the feature is completed, so we are going to verify whether it was done according to the customer's perspective or do it needs any refinement or not. So this is meant by the acceptance criteria. Next one, sprint planning. So sprint planning we have already discussed regarding the sprint. So where we are just scheduling the timestamp, where we are just scheduling the time period in which the particular sprint needs to get completed. So at the beginning of each sprint, the team selects a subset of high priority items from the product backlog to work on during that particular sprint. So this involves detailed discussions about how to implement these items. So what happens in this sprint planning? At the beginning of each sprint, so the team is going to select the subset of high priority items. High priority items in the sense, high priority modules, or else whatever we are going to develop, what is the priority order. So the team is going to select that, and based on that they are just going to plan the sprint. So the time period they are going to plan. So this involves the detailed discussion how to implement these items. So they are having a very detailed discussion on how they are going to implement these items. Next one, continuous collaboration. So in the continuous collaboration, we are having regular communication and collaboration between the product owner, development team, stakeholders. So this is a very crucial one. So there we are providing communication and collaboration between all of these members. And this often happens through daily stand-ups, sprint reviews and ad hoc discussions. So this is going to happen through daily stand-up meetings as well as a sprint review as well as the ad hoc discussions. So completely this is regarding the current agile practices in requirement engineering. Now the next one is overview of requirement engineering using agile. So what is the agile requirement engineering overview? So agile RE is simply nothing but an iterative and incremental process that focuses on delivering value quickly and adapting towards the change. So simply it is an iterative and incremental process which is focusing on delivering the value as well as adapting to change. So already regarding agile we have discussed the things where it focuses on delivering a quality software as well as it is going to adapt to the changes which were suggested by the customer or else which were recommended by the customer. So now in the requirement engineering, the first one is vision and roadmap. So vision and roadmap. What is going to happen in this vision and roadmap? So here we are going to define the overall product vision and high level roadmap of features. So this sets the strategic direction, vision and roadmap. So in this we are going to define the overall product vision and high level roadmap of features. So simply what we are doing is we are defining the overall product view. So how the product should look like at the end of the project, as well as we are going to set the roadmap of the features, whatever features we want to involve or as what type of features we need to include in this particular product. So this is what happens in the vision and roadmap. Next one, initial product backlog creation. So initial product backlog creation is based on the vision, and initial product backlog is created containing high level features or epics. So what we are doing is based on the vision. So whatever vision we have given, so that means whatever overall product vision we have given, so based on that particular vision, we are going to have an initial product backlog. We are going to create an initial product backlog. So which is containing the features or else the stories, nothing but epics. Next one, backlog refinement. So backlog refinement is nothing but we are involving the product owner with the input from the stakeholders, and the development team continuously refines and elaborates the backlog. So simply the product owner with the input from the stakeholders is going to refine the things and he is going to elaborate the backlog. Next one, sprint planning. So simply at the starting of each sprint, so the team pulls the top priority user stories from the refined backlog into the sprint backlog. So from the complete list of features, we are going to take the top priority user stories, we are going to refine them and we are just setting them into the sprint backlog. So this is what happens in the sprint planning. Next one, development and testing. So the team develops and tests the features during the sprint, focusing on the meeting the acceptance criteria. So simply the team starts developing and as well as the test the feature during the sprint. So their focus is on the acceptance criteria. So according to the customer's perspective, so they will be focusing on the meeting and they are going to check the acceptance criteria as well. Next one, sprint review. At the end of sprint, the team demonstrates the completed features to the stakeholders, gathers feedback and potentially adjusts the product backlog based on the input. So at the end of each sprint, what happens is the team demonstrates the completed features to the stakeholders, gathers feedback, potentially adjusts the product backlog based on this input. So at the end of every sprint, so the team is going to demonstrate the completed features to the stakeholders and gathers their feedback and potentially adjusts the things. So based on the customer's feedback, based on the stakeholders feedback, if any requirements are suggested or else any modifications are suggested, simply the team is going to adjust the product backlog based on the inputs given by the stakeholders as well as the customers. Next one, last one, release. So completed and validated features are regularly released to the users, providing continuous value. So when we are just going to have a release after completion of every feature, so simply it gives the continuous value to the product. So this is regarding the overall view of requirement engineering in Agile. At the end of this lecture, the student will be able to explain about agility and the requirements in that, current Agile practices, and overview of requirement engineering using Agile. Thank you.